Okay, students, class 12th mathematics CBSE. Today we are taking the exercise 7.10. Okay, this exercise is also related to the definite integration. Definite integration by the method of substitution. Okay, and in the method of substitution, in exercise 7.2. We have learned that there are two types of substitution method, general substitution and the trigonometrical substitution. Okay, so here we will use both the methods in the same exercise, that is exercise number 7.10. Okay, so let's start the exercise 7.10. The first question is integration from 0 to 1 x upon x square plus 1 dx. Okay, we have to find the value of this integration. Okay, this is question number 1. Exercise 7.10. Exercise 7.10. Okay, so you can see that x square plus 1. X square plus 1 is the function and substitution of this is equals to t. Substitute x square plus 1 is equals to t, so that x square plus 1, so that 2x dx is equals to dt, means x dx is equals to dt upon 2. Now the integration, given integration will be changed in x dx. X dx, that is dt upon 2 upon x square plus 1. X square plus 1, that is t. Okay. But what is about the limit? What is about limit? As we are changing the variable from x to variable t, so limit will also change. What will be the new limits? New limits means the limits of the variable t. Okay, so if x is equals to 0, then t is equals to 0 square plus 1, that is equals to 1. If x is equals to 1, then t is equals to 1 square plus 1, that is equals to 2. That is equals to 2. So limit is when x is equals to 0, t is equals to 1. When x equals to 1, t is equals to 2. So the limit is t equals to 1 to 2. Okay. So this is the main part or the new part of this exercise. Then other exercise. Okay. Here we are not changing the variable. We are changing the limit. Okay. We are changing when we are substituting x square plus 1 equals to t. When we are substituting variable x in variable t, limit will also substitute, limit will also change. Okay. So if x is equals to 0, t is equals to 1, x is equals to 1, t is equals to 2. So integration is 1 to 2 dt upon 2. So 1 by 2 integration, limit vary from 1 to 2 dt upon t. Dt upon t, that is 1 by 2 log t. Log t, limit vary from 1 to 2. So equals to 1 by 2 log 2 minus log 1. We know that log 1 is equals to 0. That is why its integration is 1 by 2 log 2. Okay. Or this can be written as log under root 2. Okay. So this is the integration of the question number 1. Okay. Here I am again explaining that the main thing is to change the limit. When we are substituting variable from x variable to t variable, limit will also change. Okay, so how limit will change? X square plus 1 is equals to t. So if x is equals to 0, then t is equals to 1. And if x is equals to 1, then t is equals to 2. So limit will change from 1 to 2. And other part is same. Okay. Integration will be done in the same way. The fundamental formula will be same. So let us take the another question. Question number 2. This was question number 1. Okay. Now let us take the question number 2. Okay. So question number 2 is integrate 0 to pi by 2. Limit is 0 to pi by 2. Sine under root sine phi cos to the power 5 phi d phi. Cos to the power 5 phi d phi. Okay, this is the question. Now we will solve this question. Okay, and this question will also be solved by using the substitution method. So what should be the substitution and how to solve this question? Okay, let us see. Under root sin phi cos to the power 5 phi d phi. Here we will split the power phi. Means we will split cos to the power 5 phi in 0 to pi by 2 is the limit under root sin phi, and then this is cos to the power 4 phi and cos to the power 4 phi and cos phi d phi. Okay, so this can also be written 0 to pi by 2 is the limit under root sin phi and cos to the power 4 phi. Cos to the power 4 phi is cos square phi to the power 2. Okay, means square of cos square. Cos square phi whole square cos phi d phi. So this is equals to 0 to pi by 2 under root sin phi. Cos square phi, that is 1 minus sin square phi to the power 2 and cos phi d phi. Okay, now we have to substitute sin phi. Sin phi is equals to t square, then cos phi. Okay, so let us substitute sin phi is equals to t square. It means cos phi d phi is equal to 2t dt. Okay, now what is the limit? New limit. As the variable is changing, so limit will also change. If phi is equals to 0, then t square equals to sin 0. Sin 0 equals to 0 means t equals to 0. T equals to 0. If phi is equals to pi by 2, then t square equals to sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2, that is 1, implies that t is equals to 1. So limit which was phi equals to 0 to phi equals to pi by 2. Now new limit is t equal to 0 to t equals to 1. So integration will be 0 to 1. Limit is 0 to 1. Under root sin phi, under root t square. 1 minus sin square phi. Sin phi equal to t square, so t to the power 4 and whole square. Cos phi d phi. Cos phi d phi is 2t dt. 2t dt. Okay, so the integration will be changed in this integration. Okay, so this is equals to 0 to 1 under root t square, that is t. T and t 2t square. So 2 is the outside of the sign of integration and this is t square, and 1 minus t to the power 4 whole square, that is 1 minus 2 t to the power 4 plus t to the power 8 dt. This is equals to 2 integration 0 to 1 t square multiply t square inside the bracket. We will have t square minus 2 t to the power 4 plus 2 6 plus t to the power 8 plus 2 10 dt. Okay, so now we have to integrate only. Okay, substitution is complete. Substitution of the variable as well as substitution of the limit is complete. Now we have to integrate. So integration is equals to 2 into 2 is outside the sign of integration, t square t to the power 3 upon 3 minus 2 t to the power 7 upon 7 plus t to the power 11 upon 11, limit varying from 0 to 1. Okay, now we will integrate. Now we will integrate this function. So substitution is complete and integration is also complete. Now we have to find the value of the indefinite integration. Okay, so limit is vary from 0 to 1. So upper limit of this function, that is 1 by 3 minus 2 into 1 by 7 plus 1 by 11 minus 0 by 3 minus 2 into 0 by 7 plus 0 by 11. So second term is totally 0. So the final answer is 2 into 1 by 3 minus 2 by 7 plus 1 by 11. That is 2 into 21 into 11 is the LCM. 3 7 is 77. 7 3 is 3 33, 33 to 66. Plus 11 we cancel 11 21. Okay, so the final answer is 2 into 77 plus 21 98. 98 minus 66, that is 32. 32 upon 11 1 is 11, 11 2 is 22, 2 3 1. So this is the final answer of the given integration. Okay, in this way we can solve all other questions. Okay, but we are taking the questions. Question number 3rd. Take the question number 3rd. Question number 3rd. Write down the question number 3rd. Write down the question number 3rd. Question number 3rd is integrate 0 to 1 under the limit 0 to 1 sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square 1 plus x square dx. Okay, sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square dx. This is the question. Now we have to solve this question, and before solving this question we have to simplify this. We want to simplify this sin inverse into simplest inverse trigonometric function. Okay, so what should be the substitution? So substitute x is equals to tan theta. X is equals to tan theta, and then dx is equals to sec square theta d theta. Okay, when we know the identities, when we well versed in the identities, then the substitution will be easy. Okay, so the substitution will be x equal to tan theta, because 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sin 2 theta. Okay, so the limit will change into, if x is equals to 0, then tan theta is equals to 0, implies that theta is equals to 0. If x is equals to 1, then tan theta is equals to 1, it means theta is equals to pi by 4. Okay, so limit will change from theta to pi by 4. 0 to pi by 4. Limit of theta is 0 to pi by 4, and this is sin inverse 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta dx, that is sec square theta d theta, and this is equals to 0 to pi by 4 sin inverse 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. I have just told you that it is sin 2 theta. So sin 2 theta sec square theta d theta is equals to 2 is the outside of integration 0 to pi by 4 theta sec square theta d theta. Okay, so new integration is theta sec square theta d theta. That will be done by the by parts integration. Okay, as per the ILAT rule, ILATE rule is to have the choice of first function and second function. Okay, for the best choice of first function and second function, we should know the ILAT rule, ILAT rule. Okay, so as per the ILAT rule, this is first function and this is second function. Okay, so now we will integrate using by parts integration. So by parts integration is 2 into first function integration of second function minus differentiation of the first function and integration of the second function, and product of these two functions is integration of product of these two functions. Okay, and limit vary from 0 to pi by 2, and 2 is the outside of the. Now theta into sec square theta. Integration of sec square theta is tan theta. So theta tan theta minus differentiation of theta with respect to theta is 1. Sec square theta integration is tan theta d theta, and limit vary from 0 to pi by 2. Okay. Now what will be the next step? What is the next step in this integration? Write down the next step in your notebook. Write down the next step, that is equals to 2 into theta tan theta minus the integration of tan theta is minus log cos theta. Minus log cos theta means plus log cos of theta, and limit vary from 0 to pi by 4 again. 0 to pi by 4. Now integration is complete. We have to just find the value of upper limit and lower limit to determine the definite integration. Okay, so this is equals to 2 into upper limit, that is pi by 4 tan pi by 4 plus log cos pi by 4. Okay, so this is the upper limit minus lower limit 0 multiply tan 0 tan 0 plus log cos 0. Okay, so this is equals to 2 into pi by 4, and the value of tan pi by 4 is 1. Log cos pi by 4 is 1 upon under root 2 minus 0, and log cos 0 is 1, cos 0 1, that is log 1 is also 0. So this is totally 0. Okay, so equals to pi by 2 plus 2 log 1 by under root 2, that is equals to pi by 2 plus log 1 by 2. This is the final answer of the given integration. Okay, this was question number 3rd. In this integration we have also used substitution method, as well as we have changed the limit. Okay, you should know, okay, how to change the limits when we substitute a variable into another variable. Okay, so now next question will be question number 5. Next question will be question number 5 of the exercise 7.10. So let's take the question number 5. And question number 5 is integrate sin x upon 1 plus cos square x dx, and limit vary from 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so sin x upon 1 plus cos square x. Okay, cos x, if we substitute cos x equals to t, then its differentiation is minus sin x dx is equals to dt. Okay, that is in the integration. So let or substitute cos x is equals to t. This implies that minus sin x dx is equals to dt. It means sin x dx is equals to minus dt. Okay, now limit. Change the limit. If x is equals to 0, then t equals to cos 0, and cos 0 equals to 1. If x is equals to pi by 2, t equals to cos pi by 2, and cos pi by 2 equals to 0. So limit which was from x equals to 0 to x equals to pi by 2 will be changed in t equals to 1 to t equals to 0. Okay, so the new integration I is equals to limit vary from 1 to 0. Sin x dx is equals to minus dt upon 1 plus cos square x, that is t square. Okay, so limit the new integration is this. Substitution is complete. Substitution is complete. Now to integrate this is minus dt upon 1 plus t square, that is cot inverse t. Cot inverse t, or let us take minus tan inverse t. Tan inverse t limit vary from 1 to 0. So this is equals to, integration is also complete. Integration is also complete only one step. Okay. Now let's take the limit. Tan inverse 0 minus tan inverse 1. Tan inverse 0 is 0. So 0 minus pi by 4. Tan inverse 1 equals to pi by 4. So equals to pi by 4. So the integration of the given function is equals to pi by 4. Okay. Now we will take the next question. Question number. We are taking the question number 6. Okay. 6 and 7 both are same. So we are taking the question number 6. So question number 6 is. Question number 6. Write down the question number 6, that is integration limit vary from 0 to 2 dx upon x plus 4 minus x square. This is the integration question number 6 of the exercise 7.10. Okay, you can think what you have to do or how you would integrate this function. So dx upon x plus 4 minus x square. So I think this is the first type of integration that I have told you in exercise 7.5. Okay. So we have to make the square of this function, that is x plus 4 minus x square. We have to make the squaring. So take minus 1 outside the bracket, or take minus 1 common from this algebraic expression. So algebraic expression will become x square minus x minus 4, and this is equals to minus x square minus x. The coefficient of x is minus 1 and half of the coefficient of x is minus 1 by 2. So plus minus 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 2 square minus 4. This is equals to minus. From this to this is x minus 1 by 2 whole square minus 4 and minus 1 by 4. Minus 4 and minus 1 by 4, that is minus 17 by 4. So this is minus under root 17 by 2 whole square. And after multiplying with negative sign, this will become under root 17 by 2 square minus x minus 1 by 2 square. Okay. So the integration will be changed in 0 to 2 is the limit dx upon under root 17 by 2 whole square minus x minus 1 by 2 square. Okay. So the new integration is this. New integration will become after making the square of denominator 0 to 2 dx upon under root 17 by 2 whole square minus x minus 1 by 2 square, that is a square minus x square. A square minus x square. Now we will use the formula. Now we have to integrate this using the formula. What is the formula for this? Dx upon a square minus x square is equals to 1 by 2 a log a plus x upon a minus x. Okay. So this is the formula. So this is equal 1 by 2 a. A means under root 17 by 2. Under root 17 by 2 log x minus a. Under root 17 by 2 plus x minus 1 by 2 upon under root 17 by 2 minus x minus 1 by 2. Okay. So this is the integration of the given function, limit vary from 0 to 2. Okay. Now we have to simplify this. Now taking the upper limit and lower limit. Taking the upper upper limit and lower limit and then solving, we will have the answer. So this is equals to 1 by under root 17. Now log under root 17 by 2, taking 2 as LCM. Under root 17 plus 2x minus 1 upon under root 17 minus 2x plus 1. Okay, and limit vary from 0 to 2. Now taking the upper limit minus lower limit. Taking the upper limit 1 by under root 17 log under root 17 plus 2 into 2 minus 1 upon under root 17 minus 2 into 2 plus 1 minus lower limit log under root 17 minus 1 upon under root 17 plus 1. Okay, the coefficient of x or the term of x will become after putting x equals to 0. So under root 17 minus 1 upon under root 17 plus 1. So this is equals to 1 upon under root 17. Log m minus log n equal to log m upon n. So log m, that is under root 17 plus 2 1 ja 2 2 2 ja 4 minus 1 3 upon under root 17 minus 3 2 2 ja 4 plus 1, that is minus the 3 multiplied by or divide by under root 17 minus 1 upon under root 17 plus 1. So this is equals to 1 by under root 17 into log multiplied by under root 17 plus 3 upon under root 17 minus 3 multiplied by under root 17 plus 1 upon under root 17 minus 1. Okay, now multiplying this, you may have the answer. You may leave this here as answer or you may solve this further. Okay, so this is equals to 1 by under root 17 log. After multiplying this, we will have 17 plus 4 under root 17 plus 3 upon under root 17, that is 17 minus 4 under root 17 plus 3. So this is equals to log of 1 by under root 17 log 17 plus 3 20 plus 4 under root 17 upon 17 plus 20 minus 4 under root 17. So this is equals to 1 by under root 17 log, taking 4 as common, 5 plus under root 17 upon 5 minus, taking 4 as common, 5 minus under root 17. Okay, so this is the answer. You may further solve this. Okay, after multiplying this by 5 plus under root 17. Okay, so you will have the answer. Now next question. This was question number 6. Okay, of the exercise 7.10. Now we are taking question number 9. We are taking question number 9. Question number 9 is the value of the integration. 9. Integration I is equals to, you have to evaluate this 1 by 3 to 1 x minus x cube to the power 1 by 3 divided by x to the power 4 dx. Okay, you have to integrate this. So what you have to do? Such type of questions we have already done in previous exercises in indefinite integration. Okay, so this is equals to 1 by 3 to 1, taking x to the power 3 outside the bracket. So x to the power 3 and cube root of x to the power 3, that is x. So x is outside the bracket and this is 1 upon x square minus 1 to the power 1 by 3 divided by x to the power 4 dx. Okay, what we have done? We have taken x to the power 3 outside the bracket, means x to the power 3 as common. So x 1 upon x square minus 1 to the power 1 by 3 after solving this divided by x to the power 4. And again simplifying this, we will have 1 upon x square minus 1 to the power 1 by 3 upon x to the power 3 dx. Okay, so this is the final form to integrate. Okay, now what we have to do? We have to substitute this bracket. 1 upon x to the power 3 minus 1 is equals to t to the power 3. T to the power 3, and its differentiation is already given. Okay, means we can use substitution method. We will use general substitution method. So one substitute 1 upon x square minus 1 equals to t to the power 3, that is minus 2 upon x to the power dx is equals to 3t square dt, that is 1 upon x to the power 3 dx is equals to minus 3 by 2 t square dt. Okay, so integration will change to limit will also change. If x is equals to 1 by 3, then t cube is equals to 1 by 3 square minus 1, that is 8, means t is equals to 2. Okay, and if x is equals to 1, then t cube is equals to 1 upon 1 cube 1 square minus 1, that is 0. Okay, so limit that one from x is equals to 1 by 3 to x is equals to 1 will change in t is equals to 2 to t is equals to 0. So integration will be from limit 2 to 0. This is t to the power 3 to the power 1 by 3, and the 1 upon x cube dx equals to minus 3 by 2 t square minus 3 by 2 t square dt. Okay, so this is the final form of the integration after substitution. Means substitution is complete here. Substitution is complete. Now we have to integrate this. Okay, now we have to integrate t to the power 3 to the power 1 by 3 is t. So minus 3 by 2 is the outside the sign of integration. Limit vary from 2 to 0, and this is t to the power 3 dt. Now solve this. We will have, after integrating the given, this is t to the power 4 upon 4 and limit vary from 2 to 0. So minus 3 by 2, 0 upon 4 minus 2 to the power 4 upon 4. So this is minus 3 by 2 into minus 2 to the power 4, so that is 16, that is minus 4 equals to 6. Okay, so 6 is the answer of the given integration. That is question number 9. Okay, now we will take the question number 10. Question number 10. Now last question is question number 10, and we are taking this question. We are taking this question number 10. This is something different from other questions. This is something different from the other questions. This is given function x is equals to integration 0 to x t sin t dt. T sin t dt, then find the function x. Then find function dash x. Okay, what is the function dash x? This is something different. This question is something different from the other questions. Okay, here function x is given in the form of integration, and we have to find the derivative. Means antiderivative is given, we have to find the derivative. Okay, So how to find the derivative? Function dash x is equals to d of the dx integration from 0 to x t sin t dt. Okay, t sin t dt. T sin t dt. Now function dash x equals to this differentiation will cancel the effect of integration. So t sin t limit vary from 0 to x. This integration will change the effect. Okay, effect of integration. Differentiation will cancel the effect of integration. So finally t sin t and limit vary from 0 to x. So this is equals to x sin x minus 0 sin 0. So this is 0. So function dash x equals to x sin x. This is one of the method. This is one of the method to solve the question. Okay, one more method is there. One more method is there. What is that method? Firstly, you have to integrate this t sin t using by parts integration. Okay, then taking the limit 0 to x. After that, you have to differentiate. After that, you will find function x and you have to find the function dash x after getting the derivative of fx. Okay, so in this way you can also solve the question. So now this was question number 10 of the exercise 7.10, that is last question of the exercise. Okay, now this is sufficient for today's class. Okay, thank you.